Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, the champion, fighting out of Los Angeles, California. This man is a movie snob with a background in fighting and a lifelong addiction to all things superhero related. Presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed host of the show, the Iron Cube.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is episode number 155 of the Iron Cube Fights Movies. This episode is available on iTunes, YouTube, Google Play, and hosted by SoundCloud. I'm Keo, your host. With me on the show today are my co-hosts Emerson.
Hey, what's going on?
And Everette.
Hey, what's up?
So we've got an interesting thing this week. We're going to do an audio commentary of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Only Everette has seen it before. We're going to do our news sections first, and then we'll watch the movie. But real quick, Everette, two things. One, as we're watching, can you look up some of the trivia for the movie since you've already seen it?
Yeah, sure.
Because I'd be curious to know some of the decisions. And then we assume it's going to be bad. I've never seen it, but I've heard. And then the other thing is you didn't tell us how we're going to watch the movie with you.
There's a program on Chrome called Netflix Party that basically syncs all of our screens together, so anyone can pause it at the same time. Anyone can.
I wish I'd known that before I bought it on YouTube.
It's on Netflix.
I didn't know that, so I just bought it on YouTube. Well, $3 well spent.
But it's a Chrome extension.
How do you even get? Okay, here we go. All right, so well, if Emerson's, you're gonna still do the Netflix party, Emerson,
I might as well,
so that you could watch it with us.
Yeah,
because then you have to sync yourself up. And we'll tell you when we're gonna press play. Okay, I think I got it.
All right, all I have to do is send you guys the URL, and you have to click it, and it should sync us together.
Are you gonna email it?
Yeah, I'm gonna email it.
Okay, 1 second. I just need to. I need to remember what the hell my Netflix password was. Because I've changed it so many times.
Only available. Okay. Did you
One
send it
second,
already,
I'll
Ev?
be
I'm
right
about
back.
to right now. All right, I sent it to you. Now I'm sending it to Emerson.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna do the news first. I'm just joining this watch party thing. Come on. Okay, so do I have to press play right now to join you, or how does that work?
What screen are you seeing right now?
My own Netflix.
But you clicked the link and everything? It should put you directly into the session if you click the link.
I had to sign in, maybe that's why. Okay, yeah, I am in this. Is it already playing?
No, it's not already playing.
Are we each in control of our own thing?
No, here, click play and see if it works.
I'm pressing play. It's going right now.
Did that pause it?
No.
Okay, well, this is
So
could be going better.
So basically, we're gonna have to sync up ourselves then.
Okay, well, if you want to do it that way, that's fine.
Anyway, I'm gonna read Actually, I won't read the synopsis yet. Let's go into the news. Emerson, are you back? What happened to him?
Oh, you have to click on the party icon up on your Chrome thing.
Start
There you
the
go.
Party.
There, you joined. Someone joined. Yeah, you just unpaused it.
Oh, whoops! There's a chat room.
Mm-hmm.
This is great podcasting for our listeners. We probably should have tested this before we. How do I get rid of this thing on the right?
The chat room?
Yeah, I don't need to see this.
I do not know.
And why is my icon Oh,
It's
I
you
guess
can't
it's
change
anime.
that. Mine's like an anime girl. I don't know how to change that.
So can I not get rid of the chat? What the?
I guess not.
Okay. All right. Anyway, let's start talking some news. What's our timestamp here? The roundup. So, I watched 3 movies while I was doing some graphic novel work. I watched 2 movies that are really similar. Mid-90s, which is the movie by Jonah Hill, and then Honey Boy, which is the movie based on Shia LaBeouf's childhood. Have you
I've
heard
never
of
even
any of
heard of
those?
that.
So they're both on Amazon. You can watch them both on Amazon. They're like shorter
I am
movies.
back. Okay, so I finally got into the Netflix account. What would you like me to do here?
I emailed you a link. Just click it and then click the little NP sign up in your Google Chrome.
Okay.
If you have the extension in already.
I have the extension.
Okay.
I should be connected now.
Did you
Right.
click the little
You would know
red
it.
symbol? Okay,
It says-
so
It shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
here,
Yeah.
just type test in there and make sure we're all in there. Okay, so Emerson's in there.
So
I'm
you
in
both
there,
have the
he is in
same
there.
pink girl thing.
I don't
Yeah,
know how I have that.
I can't change that. I can only change
Okay.
my name.
Anyway,
Wait, I can change it. They have Batman.
Oh, they do?
I'll be
Ooh,
Iron
they
Man.
do. Hell yeah, I'm
There
gonna
we
be
go.
I'll be a piece of pizza.
I knew Kia was gonna be Batman. I was like, I can't take it because he's gonna demand it.
so all right. So I was talking about I watched Mid-90s and Honey Boy.
Okay.
Do you know what those are?
No. Oh, Honey Boy, I know. Not mid '90s.
Honey Boy is based on Shia LaBeouf's upbringing, and Mid-90s is, I assume, Jonah Hill's because he like directed it. So Honey Boy is more of like a traditional film in the sense that it's basically about a guy who is like a drunken movie star, and he
Okay.
goes to rehab and discovers that he has PTSD, even though he was never in war or anything. So like it's basically his childhood. So Shia LaBeouf plays his own father, and it's more or less based on his life. I would give it a win. It's not like my favorite movie of all time, but I definitely think it was interesting.
Yeah.
Mid-90s was a lot of fun because like I was obviously a kid in the mid-90s, so I feel like they really hit the tone of what it was like to run around. Like
Was
I
this
think
like the skateboarding one?
kind of, yeah. It wasn't about skateboarding, but it was, yeah. I think that they probably filmed it in the valley that I grew up in because it looks just like my childhood. So like I liked it for that reason. It was cool. I liked the film, but it kind of falls apart at the end where it's supposed to have like a theme or like a character arc. Like the ending of the movie is basically they're all friends, and so that's, you know, it doesn't work as well as Honey Boy did in terms of like character arcs and storytelling, but I thought it was a pretty good movie besides that. But they're very similar, which is interesting. And then the third movie I watched is What Men Want. Have you guys heard of that?
I have.
I've heard of
actually.
it.
It's the remake of What Women Want, right?
I've never seen What Women Want. Have you guys?
No,
I've
I
heard
just
of it.
know
I've never
about
seen it.
I kind of want to watch it. Anyway, this movie is like, it's one of those background. It's exactly what I needed it for. It's a background movie. She's yelling, acting crazy half the time, and you know, there's like flamboyantly gay characters and like very like lowbrow humor. They used to make a lot more of these types of movies. Like when I was growing up, there was like a million of these. Like even before Tyler Perry, you know how he had like 9 of those?
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah, his like series.
Yeah, so like even before that, there was always like it had like one weird hook to the story, and there was a lot of like body transfer things and like superpowered nonsense that was like meant to be funny. So this one is as good as those, but those aren't typically good movies, and neither is this one. But whatever. Like if you're looking for something dumb to watch, like go ahead.
Check it out.
And I think I watched that on Amazon too, so that's why I came across it. For gaming, we had Assassin's Creed Valhalla announced.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have an interesting take on these. Like, I would much rather have a game that's just set in the time period without all the Assassin's Creed stuff.
I agree. I don't want any of the Assassin's Creed stuff. But my issue with this is I think there's still going to be too much Assassin's Creed.
You're a little
stuff.
quiet, Emerson.
Okay, I'll make it a little louder. But my issue is that I think that even with like, first of all, I hate the Assassin's Creed stuff. I'm not even a fan of Assassin's Creed to begin with.
Did you already bump it up?
I just did now.
Do it more.
Okay, I will bump it up again. I bumped it up again. How's that?
Okay, should be better.
But my issue is, so I don't like the assassin stuff in Assassin's Creed. I also don't think this game is going to be, like, freedom. I think it's going to be, like, this stupid, like, you're the hero, da-da-da-da-da. It's definitely not historically accurate while they're trying to be, or maybe they're not trying to be, but the amount of people I say saying, like, Assassin's Creed is actually, like, a pretty historically accurate series, I'm like, alright, go to hell. What I'd much rather have a game set in this era, right before the Norman conquest of England, where you're like a peasant and you can choose to either side with the Norman forces under William the Conqueror, the English forces under King Alfred Said, or the Viking forces under the Danish King Alfred. So, like, that would be much more interesting to me. Fuck Assassin's Creed, make it its own thing. But because it has the Assassin's Creed name on it, and because it's Ubisoft, I can guarantee that there will be a leveling system, there will be microtransactions, and it will be stupid.
Yeah, I'm not excited for any of those things. I also don't understand how you can be like a Viking assassin.
Yeah, it seemed a little weird.
But aside from that, I do like the environments in those games, like just for exploring purposes. I never finished. I've never touched Origins, even though I own it. I never finished Odyssey, and before that, I thought a lot of the games were pretty bad after Assassin's Creed 2. So. I did play Assassin's Creed 3. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just beat Unity like a week ago, and I've been starting to play through Syndicate again. And those aren't terrible, but
the gameplay's so like repetitive and bland. Like the parkour thing got old after Assassin's Creed 2, and they have it in the game for like 9 more games. The fighting is still like that one-click counter thing. And then they try to like spice it up with other stuff, but it's the same thing essentially.
Well, it's also just boring when every single game is like, oh, it's the Assassins and the Templars, and then they like jump around in time backwards. Like now we're in Greece, now we're in Egypt, now we're in Viking Age, 1400s.
Well, you know what kind of sucks is that after Assassin's Creed 3, you can kind of tell that they ran out of ideas on how to connect it back to the modern world. Because like up to Assassin's Creed 3, you had like a narrative story with Desmond and his dad and everyone like fighting the Templars in the modern world, which I wasn't a big fan of. But then after that, you're like working for game studios and you're like these random people that don't make any sense. And honestly, they should just make historical games. They shouldn't even do Assassin's Creed anymore.
Well, if they're gonna do historical games, I'd rather Ubisoft not do it.
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red would probably be good for like an open world historical game.
Yeah, but they're busy with The Witcher and what's the other one?
Cyberpunk 2077.
Does anyone want to talk about COD?
There haven't really been a ton of updates. They just had their new playlist update. It added Giant Infected and a bunch of like fan favorite things back. However, at the same time, it also broke the entire matchmaking system, and now it's essentially very difficult to get into any game.
All right.
We've been playing the co-ops, though. Those have been pretty fun.
Yeah, but the reason we've been playing more of the co-op is because it's like a 50-50 chance if we get into anything online.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so let's go through some news. There's just a couple like random things. Star Wars Battlefront 3 reportedly scrapped, but we may be getting a Jedi Fallen Order sequel.
Okay, I'm supporting of that.
So they're killing Battlefront?
Like as a series,
Well,
they already
they're
stopped
done-
production on 2.
They're done with development on 2, and my guess is that... Remember how badly 2 was received initially?
Yeah.
My guess is that they were like, screw it, we're not making another game that can be badly received. Everyone loved Jedi Fallen Order, so let's do that.
That wasn't even that good.
I agree it wasn't that good, but it was praised to the point that I thought it was like the best game ever. Because
By the
people
way-
were saying it was amazing.
But aside from adding some more heroes, what could you even do with a Battlefront 3?
The same thing you do with Battlefield 3 through 5. Every game is essentially the same, just different weapons, different vehicles, slightly different maps, and then they re-release the old maps with like an update.
Yeah.
But it works kind of differently with Star Wars, because at least in Battlefront 2, you played across every era that has ever taken place in the movies. So if you were to make a Battlefront 3 and do the same thing, it would just literally be a repeat, and it wouldn't sell that well, I don't think.
Yeah, that's what we're
I
saying.
mean, but every single battle, like even Battlefront 1, the original Battlefront 1, you played through every era. Except for First Order, because it didn't exist yet. And the original Battlefront 2, same thing. And the remake of Battlefront 1, same thing. And the remake of Battlefront 2, same thing.
The remake of Battlefront 1, I think you only played in the Rebel Empire era. You didn't play in Clone Wars.
Oh, I didn't play it that much. But my point is that like every single game has been the same thing since the beginning.
Anyway,
well.
we forgot to talk about Clone Wars, episode 11.
Ooh.
Ever, do you want to tell us the truth about how you feel about it?
Okay, so there have been some speculations that I've been flip-flopping on my opinion. My real official opinion is that I really enjoyed the episode. I really, really liked it. It had some issues, and I guessed exactly what would happen like a week before I saw it. But I really enjoyed it. It's the best one out of this arc, and I think so far best one out of the entire season that's been released, which is not saying much because the other episodes are pretty stupid.
By the way, Everett, you're like a little too loud.
All right,
You're like
I'll
hitting
lower it.
red when you're talking.
I'll lower it.
So I watched it because Everett was saying it was the greatest thing he's ever seen, and I went back and basically, like, I mean, you guys were talking about Order 66. I don't know how anyone who is excited for Order 66 could be satisfied with what you got. If I could describe it, he like starts like having a seizure because he gets the order, and he like his mind, is it Rex? His mind
Yeah.
starts to like turn or something, and Ahsoka is just like, hey, what's going on? And like the other guys point the guns at her, and Rex is like, no, I'll do it. Nobody shoot. And then it seems like at some point she just like does a trick move and leaves everybody. No one gets killed.
No
she
one gets
kills
killed.
the
And this
minor
is
clones.
the issue here. What I was excited to see was I wanted to see Ahsoka has to kill all the clones. She's got to kill all her friends. Like, she has to escape, right? Instead, it was like, I deflect everything, and then within 20 minutes, I've saved the only person that matters, and now we can have our escape episode, and we're done.
Yeah,
And I'd like to point out...
Yeah, that's
that
exactly what it was. It was
Yeah,
nothing.
and on Instagram, there's people who are like, this is the best thing I've ever seen, man. Like, I can't wait. It's like, dude, have some standards.
That was. I mean, it was garbage. It wasn't even when we say it's for kids and like, yeah, maybe she won't kill everybody. It's not even good though. Like, how dare you? How can you get away with doing nothing? That was nothing. Order 66 was barely 20 seconds of screen time, and the rest was her like sneaking away in shadows.
Yeah, and
bad.
talking to the droids. And I always love when it, like, shows who played the droid. And I'm like, so as playing the droid, you made the beeping sounds? Like, is that what you did?
So, moving on. Kevin Smith clarifies what he knows about the Snyder Cut. He says there was, like, concept art illustrated by Jim Lee, which is pretty cool. He saw Martian Manhunter on it. He said he saw Green Lantern. He broke down the script that he got to read, the movie that they shot originally, and then the movie that we saw. That's where I first heard about what we would call the Snyder Cut from people that worked on the movie. Special effects people were like, dude, Darkseid was in it. This was in it. They went through everything. So he doesn't really clear it up. But, of course, whatever. Daniel Craig's final James Bond movie could be delayed until 2021.
Really? Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, we're pretty sure it's gonna suck. So
It's gonna suck. By the way, Anna de Armas is in it. You guys remember her from Knives Out?
no.
Which
She
one was
the
she?
maid. She was
Oh.
also in Blade Runner. She was like she's like very attractive, South American or something.
Oh, yes, I know who she is.
So just because as this news was coming out, it also came out. I guess she had her 32nd birthday, and she revealed herself to be dating Ben Affleck.
Oh boy.
Okay.
It's really funny because there's a bunch of pictures of them celebrating her 32nd birthday. How old is he?
Isn't he like 56, 57?
I think you're adding like 10 years too many. He's 47. Okay, he's 47, but it's not the biggest age gap. But if you're like struggling with addiction because of your fame and like all that stuff, like dating a much younger woman is not a good move. That typically doesn't end well, and it's not a good sign. Of course, the tabloids are like ripping them apart, which I also think is unfair. But I'm just saying, like, she's a little dumb. Like, come on, look at this. Look at this situation. This guy is spiraling. His life is like falling apart. He used to be married with kids. He was like a giant movie star, Oscar winning. Now he's doing The Way Back. He had to drop out of Batman. He's like gained like 30 pounds. Like, clearly this is like, you need to see this for what it is. And then for him, it's like, dude, come on. Like, is she really going to make you feel better? These older guys always getting these like super young women. It's a classic mistake. I mean, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But I just thought it was funny. Like, I wonder if it was even, maybe if it was like, sometimes they do it for publicity. Like they just,
to drum up news and like,
yeah,
buzz.
their PR host decides like, you guys are gonna be, because it's weird. It's fucking weird. Anyway, Tenet. Christopher Nolan is reportedly responsible for the movie not moving from its July release date.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go if it's open.
Yeah.
The Flash, Warner Brothers is reportedly casting a new Iris West for the upcoming movie. So they dropped Kiersey Clemons. It's kind of interesting. Wait, was she even in Justice League? She wasn't, right? She was
No, I
supposed to
don't
be, but
think
they
so.
cut her scene, I think. So she was
Yeah,
never in it.
yeah.
I'm just surprised they're even making the movie anymore.
Yeah, that's just beating a dead horse at this point.
So Sony's version of the Marvel Universe now has a name. Let's see. It's called SPUMC.
Super powered. Is that what it stands
Sony
for?
Pictures Universe of Marvel characters. What a
Jesus.
stupid name. Sony Pictures Universe of Marvel characters. Okay. With hits like Kraven the Hunter and possibly Silver and Black.
Well, don't
Which
forget
last week
Morbius
we
and
reported they don't even know what they want to do with it at this point. All right, that's all the news. So now we can switch to Avatar.
Venom. Oh boy.
All right.
Minute 24. All right, there's not going to be a fight of the week for this one.
It's us versus the director. The whole movie is the fight of the week.
So as we watch this, I don't know if like us watching it is going to affect our audio quality because of, like streaming it at the same time. So we apologize for that in advance, but we are. Everett, are you going to press play?
Yeah, I'll press play.
Okay, so do a countdown. So if you're watching at home, you feel like watching with us, if you've seen it and you know it's bad, or if you haven't seen it and you want to know that it's bad, Everett is going to do a countdown so you can sync it up with our video.
All right. Beginning the madness in 3, 2, 1.
Wow. So I really want to get rid of this chat. How do I do this?
I don't think
I
you
think
can.
you maximize it, don't you?
Nah, it's still there.
You can get it on the right, but I don't want it to be there.
It starts out with such potential.
Nickelodeon
I'm already
movies.
disturbed by this.
Why?
It's gonna get so much worse.
I don't like that like the elements are like in the like the production company's logos. That's usually a bad sign, I've found, when they like fuck with that stuff.
I really don't like this chat room. How do I get rid of this? Sorry, I paused it by accident. Someone else just paused it. Oh,
Everett
Jesus.
paused it. So you can
I didn't
try to
pause
get
it.
rid of
I didn't pause it.
Somebody
Pizza,
paused it.
pause the video. It's you.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody pause it.
I'm messing with my sound so I can hear you guys while we watch.
So we paused the movie.
We are currently about 30 seconds in.
All right.
It's like slowly forming the title.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see Helas, the last.
All right. I'm gonna press play again. Ready in 3, 2, 1. It's not even called Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't think.
Listen, Everett, it was a choice by M. Ugh.
Oh yeah, a choice, you say?
Wow, this is.
Yeah, it looks. You know, I can't blame him for this, but it looks not as
It looks
cool.
stupid.
Starting to see. Oh, okay.
We're watching Star Wars.
I read that the girl was basically like some producer's daughter that was forced upon M. Night Shyamalan.
Really?
And like one of the reasons he kind of mentally checked out of this film is because they like made him do so many things that he was just like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's not an excuse for all the shit that happens in this movie, though.
This is pretty cringy.
Why didn't they just like show us clips of?
Remember when I was complaining about?
Oh yeah,
Blood
he thought he was
Hunters?
gonna get a sequel.
Do you remember when I was complaining about Blood Hunters?
Yes.
I take back everything I. I take back everything I said.
This isn't a bad water
Hey,
effect.
So do you guys remember how in
it's
the
cringy.
Last Airbender series, how all the nations had like a society that they were based upon?
Yeah,
Yeah. So like the Water Tribe
she
was like
white?
Native American, right?
she is
They're
white.
Inuits. Do you not
Not,
know what Inuits are?
That doesn't look Inuit.
Yeah, but they weren't based on Native Americans.
Is he gonna beat her?
Yeah, they whitewashed these people. That's weird.
Are you guys hearing what they're
Okay.
saying?
Yes.
It's a little quiet.
See, Kia, I know you're saying it's not that bad, but I'm sorry, I can tell it's really bad. Like, by the way they're talking, the way it's filmed, the way it's pacing,
Wow.
like, it just seems cringy.
Yeah, this dialogue
Yeah.
is terrible.
If I was a non-bender in that world, I think I'd just kill myself.
You
What the
wouldn't
fuck is the
kill
point of
benders?
She just said food twice in the same sentence.
All right, Everett. Come on. Give him
I
a
know,
break.
but-
That's the guy from Twilight.
Yeah, it is.
Sokka
That's
is
Jasper.
the guy from Twilight.
That's Jasper. Yeah.
But seriously, people around you can do magical things, and you're just nothing.
I mean, you could learn to take
Yeah.
away their bending, right?
No, you have to be a bender to do that.
No. Ty Lee can do it.
That's
You can
pressure
block
points
it.
though. That's like blocking your chi or whatever they called it.
That's some bad CGI.
Yeah, the green screens is not good. It might as well be like a painting behind them.
It looks like he's reading off a teleprompter.
You know, the first episode of the cartoon is not like the greatest either.
Yeah, but let me put it this way. The opening of the first episode is pretty badass. Like, you see them, before you get to Aang, like, you see the firebenders attacking, and, like, it's introducing you to the world.
Yeah, that was weird that they just did like a voiceover on a black screen.
Yeah.
Oh no, I hit the ice with my stick And
It doesn't even look like they're trying to run.
what did he think was going to happen?
Can't
feel
she
like I'm
control the
watching-
water?
Well, not
Suppose-
really.
Is Appa gonna be in there? What's he gonna look like?
That looks
It's
like
Darth
Korra.
Maul.
Oh god, it's Darth Maul.
Fire Nation trick.
They've taken control of the water. Wow.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Why would that be her idea to start slamming into it?
Ooh.
Bonfire lit.
I know a lot of people like Zuko, so I could understand why they were pissed with like the not so hot version of him.
Well,
I'm
it's
just
also
getting
like,
flashbacks of
from
seeing
what
this
I
as a kid in
understand,
theaters.
what the fuck? From what I understand, every part of this is just god awful.
Trust me.
What do
it
you
is.
mean?
Like every character is just butchered. Every scene is bad.
If I remember correctly, they don't even say the names correctly.
Oh yeah, I read about that.
Like Sokka is Sokka.
I like the tattoo, the arrow tattoo, because it never really made sense.
It's a lot of questions
is-
for.
This is
Bad.
this is like they've redone their lines.
Yeah.
It's not syncing up.
Yeah.
Can't he tell it's an animal? It has hair on it.
Wow.
That was weird.
Oh hey, look, some non-white people.
Wait a minute.
What
No,
the
he had the
fuck is
tattoo on the
going
back.
on, bro?
6 hats, bro.
I actually think the tattoos look cool.
The water of the ocean.
Jesus.
Sorry, you all agree this is like horrible dialogue, right?
It's terrible acting too.
Who is that girl? She reminds me of someone. Who is it?
I think she's been in some other things since then.
The Fire Nation ship looks weird. Oh, they're trying to redo this scene.
All the ethnic kids.
Oh God, Emerson. You know who that girl is?
Who?
She's in Transformers: Age of Extinction.
Alright.
It's just so weird. Why did they pick real Inuit people?
To be led around by the white... Oh my
Yeah.
god, what the fuck? They
I
look
remember
like
the Fire
Mongols.
Nation,
They
yeah, I
don't
remember
even
the
look
Fire
like
Nation-
Japanese style.
Yeah, that's because they're not Japanese.
Is that General Zhao?
No,
Oh, that's super.
Where's his scar?
exactly.
Does he
Black
not have
don't
a
crack.
scar?
Oh no, he has a scar. It's just really shitty.
No, he has dark skin. He has perfect complexion.
Is that the scar?
Yes.
Who talks like this?
So Dante Bosco actually wanted to play him, but wasn't allowed to do it because he was too old.
Well, that makes sense.
What they replaced him with doesn't make sense.
This guy's not a bad actor. I forget his name. Dev Patel. He could have done it. The scar is bad, but he could have pulled it off. It's not what people wanted from Zuko, though.
Oh.
Wait, so okay, if the Water Tribe is supposedly Inuits, and
Why are they white?
well, yeah, if they're supposedly Inuits and the Fire Nation's like Indian,
Japan.
Middle Eastern people.
It's Japan. That's
Yeah,
what
but
They're not
in-
Middle Eastern.
Not in the movie though. What are you
Well, not
talking?
in the
He's
show
Indian.
either. They're in the
He's
movie.
Indian.
They are.
Yeah, we're watching the fucking movie.
I'm talking
Jesus
about
Christ.
the show.
Why are we talking about the show?
Because we have to compare this to the show. That's what it's based off of.
No, I'm asking about the movie.
Okay,
So they have
what-
Indians for Fire Nation, Inuits for water people.
Nation.
Who are the others? I
don't know.
I guess Asians.
We haven't seen the
for
Earthbenders yet. I don't think.
Asians for Airbenders. Is that right?
Firebenders.
Who are the Earth people?
There's.
Should be,
I don't know. I haven't seen them. They're supposed to be Chinese.
oh, interesting.
Wow, that's.
I remember in the show.
So that
when
Slavic
there was
guy
more
is
build-up
supposed to be a
that.
firebender.
It's just a stunt guy. Hey, even in Argo, they had a bunch of
okay.
white dudes playing like Iranian militant people.
That's true, but okay, I remember this now. They don't let the firebenders make fire. They have to like take it from somewhere else, right?
Well,
Oh,
they add like a lot of like karate moves to it in all of the bending in this movie.
No, but I'm saying like in this movie specifically, the firebenders don't make fire from their hands, do they?
I haven't seen it in a while. I honestly don't remember.
I think you're right. Sokka's not as fun.
He doesn't seem as funny. At least they got Katara's speeches down.
Is that the bison?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know
wow,
about this.
it's an eldritch horror.
It's just one of those things that doesn't translate well. It's good in the cartoon. It's not
I don't
good
think
here.
any of this would translate well.
Well, remember
From
in the
bending to
cartoon,
the fighting to the special effects.
The cartoon, they didn't believe that Appa could fly until he did it, like, at the very end of the episode. And it was escaping from the ship.
It's Jensen, isn't it?
I can't tell.
Oh, yeah, that's Iroh.
Yeah. It's Jensen from Iron Man. Sean Tubb. He would make a good Iroh. Well, in a better
Well.
movie.
Listen to how they pronounce his name in, like, 2 minutes.
Aang. Oh, God. Ito.
There it is.
Why? Why would you say it weird?
They changed all of the names. Aang is
Why?
Ong.
Yeah.
This is a really weird shot, too. Like, why are they keeping it here for so long?
Wait a minute. Hama.
Oh, God, she's
that the-
old. She's an old
Isn't that the
white lady.
bloodbender?
No, that was... I mean, that
Yes,
lady lives somewhere
The
else.
person she just mentioned is a bloodbender, Everett.
Oh.
Oh. Wait, so is she 100 years old or what?
I have no idea.
They're trying so
is-
hard to like cram as much background detail as possible.
It's like a news interview.
Well, that's why that intro should have had more images, because it would have worked.
His eyes look dead.
I feel like the girl is trying her best, but the guy, like, I don't know.
There's too many close-up shots in this.
Yeah,
Because they're shooting in an igloo.
it doesn't matter. The way it's shot, alongside the acting and the dialogue, just really puts this sense of like crappiness over each scene.
You guys just want to shit on this movie.
No, it's bad, and
it's
you know
not
it, and
good.
you're trying to play the opposite end.
It's
so
not. It's not as bad as you guys are making it seem.
No, I think
It's just
it
not
is.
as good as the cartoon.
No, I think it's pretty bad. Like, if this was a movie I knew nothing about, I'd still think it was bad.
We're like
It's bad,
15
but
minutes
it's not.
in. Like,
It's not like oozing every essence of stupidity.
Let me
and
put it this way: I
terribleness.
think Blood Hunters was better than this.
It was about on par. This has better production quality. What is this?
it's a test to see if he's the Avatar.
He attracts fire or something.
Is he supposed to do something with the elements?
I think I know why Zuko's a little off-putting to me. Remember at the beginning he had like
He's
that
Indian?
hairstyle where he had like it's like traditional, like a Japanese hairstyle,
Top
like the
knot.
bun. Yeah, top knot. His scar was way more visible.
Wow, they did a really bad job of explaining what that was. They didn't explain the test. Are things magnetized to him?
Okay.
This is a warship.
That wasn't so bad. I don't think that's bad.
I do. I don't know what you're talking about. It looks cheap and just cheesy to me.
That's what it's gonna look like in live action. Always.
I know, and I'm not going to forgive it. They should have realized that.
I think they did pretty well there.
If I remember correctly, there are a lot of points in this movie where he has really bad CGI on him when he does that bending, and it's really noticeable.
Okay.
Fire the flames, do it.
Why wouldn't they go harder on the scar? I don't get that.
Everett, does this movie go all the way to the end of the series?
It goes all the way to the end of book 1.
What the fuck?
So he doesn't fight the Fire Lord?
No.
So he fights General Zhao.
You hear that, Aang? Yeah, he fights General Zhao. He doesn't,
His name is Aang. Yeah.
yeah. At least they got that name right. Whoa. Didn't they just say his name in that, like,
So the
stupid
monks
cutaway?
named him? That's kind of weird.
Ugh. That's not some great CGI.
I think it's good for the time the movie came out.
This is 2010. It's.
For a fake animal,
I'll
I
admit
think
that
that's not bad.
he looks okay, but it looks ugly because it's live action.
I think, and I'm going to keep saying this throughout the movie, it was a stupid choice to make a live action film. And I think it's a stupid choice that the original creators of the show are making a live-action Netflix show. It does not translate well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. After rewatching this even a little bit, I'm not excited for the live-action Netflix.
For almost 100
It could just
years.
never compare to the animated version.
Yeah, exactly. That's why would you make a new... And they're not even making a new Avatar. They're remaking the original show in live action.
Yeah.
This kid's
And
got
there's
some
no way
big-ass
they'll
ears.
There's no way they'll have more money than this movie to put into each episode. So how will it look good?
Right. Well, I mean, Netflix does give up money. What the
Yeah, but
fuck?
enough money to make a consistent production value?
They didn't even clean up the bodies.
Think about it. We always complain in the
They
like
exterminated
Daredevil
everyone.
and-
No, you're lying.
Is he gonna freak out? Come on, Avatar Stadium. We always complain in the shows how they run out of money at the end and they like stall. I could absolutely see that in this. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Flashback.
Hey, that guy's black.
Listen,
Is he?
Airbenders
Wait.
can be whatever you want. Okay, come on, freak out. Oh, ugh.
But his tattoo's not a stripe.
He looks possessed.
I mean, this is what the show is, though. I can't blame him for that.
Yeah, but it
At least he should
much
have a little
better,
bit more
and it
emotion
comes
on his face at
across
the very
much
least.
better in the animated show. Here it looks like The
Okay,
Exorcist.
I'm gonna disagree with you there because I think he always looks like an evil infant every time he goes into the Avatar state, even in the show. It never looks right.
Oh no,
That's
I
true,
think
but
it looks good.
he should have a little bit more emotion.
I don't
that
think
would
he looks
make
like
it a
an
little
evil
bit
infant.
better.
I think when he goes into the Avatar state, he looks like a fucking
An angry
like,
baby.
No, he looks like a monster.
No,
The
Korra
angling of his-
looks like a monster.
The angling of no. The angling of his face changed. What the fuck?
What
Is this
the-
Roku?
It's a dragon.
Well, yeah, my subtitles say it's a dragon.
Sokka.
Sokka.
Ahsoka. It's all connected. Ahsoka.
So who's that dragon?
I think it's meant to be Roku's dragon, right?
Oh,
And why
yeah.
does it sound like the lion turtle?
Is Roku in this?
I
No.
don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been cool.
You want to play a little game with yourself as you watch and as they skip over some of the things they did in the episodes. Think of all the characters they cut out, because there are
Well, they
a
can't-
lot that are not.
There's
in
no
here.
way they can cover like 4 or 5 hours of television in a 2-hour movie. But like, that's
Yeah,
another
but-
reason this was a poor choice. Is that Zhao?
Yep.
I thought there was another guy. Is there another famous guy that is in the Fire Nation? Oh, his father is in this, right?
Yep.
Oh, the ship looks good at least. The big dreadnought.
This sounds like a fucking Saturday Night Live sketch.
A total roast.
It's
Is
good
Azula
acting
in
from the
this?
guy. I don't think so. Yeah, it looks like he can't create it. Everyone's just like, damn, that was unnecessarily harsh.
Yeah. They're like,
You know what else is a little unnerving? So Zuko's supposed to be like 16, and Zhao is supposed to be like older and taller, but Zuko's way taller than him.
That's okay.
I can forgive that. I don't care so much about that. This
I
is
don't
the
know.
scene I've liked most so far. This is like somewhat acceptable. Hey, look, there's Azula. I mean, I guess.
I wonder who they would have got to play Azula. You need an Indian
you'll find
actress. Oh, she's in it?
What's her name?
Is
Azula
his
is
ass
in
on
it?
fire? Oh, no. It was
Why are they attacking
reflection.
him?
I think he's training.
What the?
Better fighting than Iron Fist.
Yeah, but it's not great fighting.
Oh, maybe they can't make fire.
Everett, you've seen this before.
No, I know, but I'm remembering. I didn't think
Southern
that was
Earth
how that
Kingdom.
was.
Avatar?
Really? She saw that and didn't think she's the
Kia,
Avatar.
you know what? It doesn't matter if it's mispronounced. It's a movie, okay?
Come on, Sokka, make a joke. Yep, that's
Why is he
Who the
like
fuck is this? Is this Haru? Wait, is that a woman?
it's a girl?
They're just like totally chilling.
It's an
he puts
Earth
his
Kingdom
Jedi hood
person.
on.
Oh, it is a boy.
It really
What the-
What the fuck?
Wow. Ever look up some trivia. I want to know how this train wreck happened.
I have some IMDb trivia up right now.
Feel free.
Okay. Let's see some.
Well, the
combat.
first one I see is in Britain, bender is a slang term for a male homosexual. So lines in the movie such as "Look out, he's a bender" resulted in plenty of giggling from UK movie theaters.
So she keeps water in her pouch.
No. Oh no! Oh god, no! I've seen a YouTube clip of this.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh god! I thought that was fake.
It's not. Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
Of course, and it's not nearly as bad as he's making it seem.
You want to bet?
It's not going to be a good scene, but I'm not going to be like, oh no.
It's not about how bad
No,
it looks.
you'll
It's
see.
about the
It's a very
concept
specific
of why.
part, Kia. It's a very specific.
Yeah, I know.
part.
They dance while they
No,
are
no.
better. So.
Like eight people dance and one rock is moved.
That's not what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Think about it. Okay, do you remember when they were all in prison in the show?
Yeah.
Where were they?
Yeah, that's obviously wrong. They're not on the
An
oil
iron
rig.
ship where they can't bend Earth?
What do you mean? They're on sand, Everett. They can't bend Earth off sand.
They stuck them in a forest surrounded by Earth.
Yeah, that is pretty stupid.
This movie won the Golden Raspberry Award for the worst picture.
Part of the reason this is so bad is because they're literally just jumping from locale to locale with no time to soak things up. It almost would have been better is if they did a movie on like 1 or 2 episodes. Because they
Converting
can't
the
jump.
film-
They were just in the North Pole, then they were on the ship, now they're here.
I don't think you can do this in movies. This is a show. Like the entire second season was them in the Earth Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emerson, I think
I
you're
ran
right about
away,
the
but I'm
firebending
back
stuff.
now.
Stop doing this. It's written by someone who really doesn't give a fuck. Like you could tell.
No. And the actors, it just makes any good acting trash with the dialogue.
So there were guards there the whole time?
Apparently. Wow, it just looks stupid.
Good job,
So
Sokka.
while you're watching this train wreck, one of the facts says one of the giant changes that Shyamalan made from the animated series was to limit the firebender's source of fire. Only the highest highest of the firebenders can conjure flames from their chi. This resulted in several criticisms from audiences about how this is deliberate choice, creates a plot hole, as it begs the question of how the Fire Nation was able to conquer the Earth Kingdom.
Here comes the specific scene that I don't care what Kia says, this is stupid, and they should have known better.
You know, I don't hate that concept. Because even the show does that. Remember how Zahir learned to fly when, like, even Aang couldn't do it?
Look at this. Look how many rocks they throw.
That's pretty funny.
That's stupid, and you know it.
Remember when Toph destroyed like 3 Fire Nation tanks by herself?
Now, see,
yeah, and that's overkill.
I disagree. I think the Firebenders, like, an inherent part of their, like, character and, like, nation is being able to produce the fire.
Oh, that is a boomerang. I thought it was just a club.
I'm just saying there's a precedent for that in the show of only, like, the best. When Zahir learned to fly, even though Aang never did.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, but the show also establishes that every other element, it's like all the firebenders are able to produce fire. That's just how it is.
Right, and also all the airbenders are apparently not equal, and, like, depending on how good you are, you could do things that other people can't.
I mean, yeah, that's true, and that's true of every nation, like with lightning and with, like, all that stuff. But, like,
yeah, so he just took it down to, like, the base level.
I don't know. I think that's stupid.
I think it's good planning in terms of power creep. Like, you don't want everybody to be amazing.
Yeah, but you could have them be... I think it would solve a lot of the awkward movements if they didn't do, like... Because a lot of the, like, stupidness here that doesn't translate well is when the
scroll looks cool.
A lot of the stupidness comes from, like, they're, like, dancing and then, like, fire flies by them. I think it would be much cooler as if they did it similar to the Fire Nation soldiers in the show, where they, like, hold a stance and they do, like, punches, and every punch produces fire.
Wait a minute. Are they on Kyoshi Island right now?
Who knows?
So.
Don't you agree, Kia, that would look better on the screen if it was just, like, punches produce fire?
I don't, because... Like, if the fire comes from nowhere, that works in a cartoon, but that does not work in live action.
I've seen some live action shows where people are able to produce fire.
He's, like, breathing on the camera.
It's never looked good. Yeah, he is breathing on the camera.
But it doesn't look good as it is now.
Well, that's for different reasons. Why do they care about this right now?
See, I challenge. I don't think it's bad choices. I think that this cannot be turned into a movie. I just don't think it can.
Certainly not in any way that's comparable to the cartoon.
Exposition.
I'm in Twilight.
Oh my god, I forgot. When we get to the water tribe, you need to look for it.
I mean, them bouncing around on Appa makes sense. It's fine.
Yeah, okay, it makes sense from a story perspective, but it doesn't look good on screen.
Well, I was just gonna say you sacrifice a lot of the cool episodes that they had, but it's a montage.
I like his bow staff work is okay if it's not CGI.
No, they cast him for that stuff.
What was I gonna say?
Are they posting his picture around?
Yeah, that he's.
They're
back.
putting up his own wanted posters.
You're right that it takes away a lot from the like the cool moment. Is Zuko alone already?
Why do they look like Dark Jedi?
I also think having everyone like jumping around like this just makes it like really like too much. Like, oh, we're here, we're there, we're there, we're there. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, imagine if you had never seen the show and you were looking at this, you'd be like, what the fuck? Like, they're just jumping around.
Yeah.
You know they had her in, like, a soundstage somewhere just reading this, and they didn't give her
Oh,
any
God, how
direction.
dare they? I never know, like, it takes me a second whenever she says Sokka, like, who?
I like the
Okay,
look of the
yep.
ship.
The Dreadnought looks cool. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, are they playing Warhammer 40K?
Dude, did they pull all the actors from India to be in this?
I missed the Agni Kai. That was cool.
Is this bossing? Oh no.
Wait a minute.
You
looks
probably would
like
have seen
it's,
the Agni Kai and like. Oh, you mean with his father?
Oh my god.
Is that Ozai?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That guy's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a good
But
actor.
the whole point of the Fire Lord was you didn't see him till the third book, and he was
Yeah,
like.
but they can't do that in the movie. I mean, they could have showed him at the very
yes,
end.
they can.
I don't necessarily agree with not seeing him till the third one.
He was like shrouded in mystery, though.
You could still do that.
He's making like a sour face.
So you're gonna judge the actor's face and say
No.
that's why they shouldn't have shown him?
I'm just saying it kind of ruins it.
It doesn't.
I still think. I mean, this is unavoidable. But the Fire Lord in the show with Mark Hamill's voice acting and with the way he's presented looks very badass.
I
Right
like
now,
this
guy
guy.
just looks like a king.
I'll put it
No,
to
I
this way.
like him.
Can
but I
you
don't think he's a good
honestly?
Fire Lord.
Can you honestly see that guy in the final battle with Aang in the last episode?
Absolutely.
Possibly.
Not. I can't see it at all.
You realize when the Fire Lord shows up, he's a little like off tone. He's like completely insane. He's not at all what he seemed to be, like this dark, menacing, overpowering person. He's just like a fucking wacko.
No, Azula's a wacko. He's much more like.
No, he's not.
How is he different?
He's like cackling the entire time.
Isn't that?
He
That's
might
what
as well be
presented
twirling
as.
his mustache.
He's an evil piece of shit. That's what
Yeah,
he's
this
meant to be.
guy's giving a more nuanced performance.
And he could kill. He could have killed Aang. Like if Aang didn't go into the Avatar state, it would have been over.
Yeah, so
So he's a good villain. I think you're being too kind to this, and I think the reason you're being kind is
you
'cause me and
guys
Everett are like attacking it.
you guys
but,
are
like,
literally shitting on every single thing, and I'm just not gonna go.
I
along
said the
with that.
Dreadnought looks cool. I don't mind Zhao.
Yeah, you also said,
I
"Is
said
that
the
the
Most Stuff
ship?"
looks
when we
cool.
first saw it, and now
No,
it
the
looks
smaller
cool.
ship. No, the
Whatever, they're
Dreadnought
just
looks cool.
ships.
Yeah, but there's a difference. The frigate does not look cool. The Dreadnought.
What do you
looks
want
cool.
from a fantasy world?
I want it to look like the material it's basing itself off somewhat, or look better. I don't want it to look worse.
It looks like a metal ship.
No, the Dreadnought looks like a metal ship. The frigate does not. The frigate looks like I don't know, something that would come out of Mordor.
Hakiki. Oh, we're gonna see this. Interesting. Ooh,
Oh, there's Azula. Who I don't know who that is.
she's young though. The scar should have been way worse.
Well, no wonder he doesn't recognize him. The scar is barely on his face.
Yeah. That's good at casting for Iroh.
I wonder where they filmed this.
How many
This
Earth
looks really
Kingdoms are
cool.
there?
There's only one, but it's like fucking massive. Remember?
No, there's a northern one and a southern one.
No. It's all
Aren't
the
there
same
multiple
Earth Kingdom.
kings?
No, in the last Airbender, there was only one Earth Kingdom.
Boomy?
No,
He,
Bumi is the king
he
of the
was
city.
the king of Amashu.
Yeah, but he's under the Emperor of the Earth Kingdom. There,
What the fuck?
it goes downhill. Now in Korra, there are multiple leaders.
We're 10 minutes ago, and he's like, we should go liberate some of these towns. And now he's like, we started a rebellion.
That looks fine. Ever, you got any more trivia?
Let's find out. At 150 million, this makes M. Night Shyamalan's and Nickelodeon's most expensive film to date.
Really?
How much was it?
150 million.
Jesus Christ. How much did it make?
Hey, they showed a female airbender.
I have no idea. You're gonna have to tell me what's happening because I'm on a different page right now.
Yeah, you see him in the show. Everett, how much does it make? How did it make?
Hold on, I'll look it up. Last Airbender, 2010. It made 319 million. So it went positive.
How much?
319 million.
Jesus, it doubled its money. Huh.
Believe it or not, I think this film actually got positive reviews from people that didn't know what the show was.
I could see that.
I can't. I don't know.
Oh, the girl that plays Yue in this movie is also Asami in Legend of Korra.
Interesting.
What the?
Is this a flashback?
No, I think this is current. Oh, is this...
What the
Is this supposed to be the...
Is that Yoda?
village?
Did you say, is that Yoda?
I'm not looking at the screen right now. I just hear the voice.
Okay.
Everett, when we're not talking, tell us trivia.
Okay. Let's see.
People are listening.
They originally had Katara's hair loopies for the film, but upon production, Nicola Peltz was having issues with the loops constantly getting in her eyes, so they slightly changed them to what she has now.
That makes sense.
But
But Inuits actually have those.
converting the
somehow
film to
managed to
3D
live with
cost
them.
an extra $5 to $10 million.
Converting it to what?
3D.
I didn't need to do that.
Roku looks
Roku.
correct.
He looks like a cartoon, though.
And he looks correct.
Yeah, but he doesn't look like a real person.
It's okay, he's a statue.
Apparently, M. Night Shyamalan watched the cartoon when his daughter wanted to dress up for Katara for Halloween one year.
Who's this guy supposed to be? He's not from the show.
I don't know.
Is he gonna stab him?
I think this is a...
Oh, that's funny.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, I see. They're combining 3 episodes here.
Who is
So,
this
yeah,
guy
it's-
supposed to be?
He didn't exist in the show, but it's when he goes to the temple and Katara and Sokka get sick and he has to, he gets attacked by those archers and he gets imprisoned. So the blue spirit should rescue him now.
Oh, right.
Apparently, Appa and Momo have the same voice actor from the last Airbender television series.
Yeah.
I want to watch a little bit more, and then I'll go back to the facts.
They should have leaned into a horror aspect with the spirit world.
Why?
Well, it's a kids' movie.
I
so-
think it would look better on screen.
Yeah, the dragon sounds like the lion turtle.
I think the dragon thing works. It's pretty...
No, I don't mind the dragon, but I just think I don't know, maybe 2010 they didn't have the capability, but they should have gone leaned into this is a weird dimension abstract.
This guy's asking for a beating.
I feel like half this movie's just been an interview. Because your soldiers were terrible.
That's not why.
What the?
All right, I dig that. That looks good. Oh, what the?
Well, there's your horror right there.
Why does he have hair?
Because that's like a classic Japanese like demon.
With hair?
Yeah, they have hair and stuff. It's like a very classic archetype.
That guy looks like my cousin.
Oh no. Here's your this is what you asked for, Emerson.
I said the spirit world. Depends how the blue spirit fights. Wow.
Wait, did he die?
Yeah, Zuko will kill people, right?
Now, if I remember correctly, when they inevitably fight, the CGI
Why
is
is he
noticeably
doing
bad. So I want to see if that's what I remember.
That's not the kind of trivia I was hoping for, Everett.
Yeah, like interviews with why it's a shit show, who wrote it.
I'm going down the list.
Find the
of what I
writer.
see.
Tell us what else the writer has written.
Just look up the trivia on IMDb.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading from. I'm looking for the writer at the moment, though. The screenplay was by M. Night Shyamalan. And was produced by M. Night Shyamalan and directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
So this was his vision.
I mean, yeah.
It's interesting. The Indian people don't have, like, accents.
Okay, watch Aang
That's
in
accurate
this
to the
while I'm
show,
reading
I
the
guess.
trivia. Because if I remember, it does not look good.
I don't mind the blue spirit. They're all just waiting.
Let's see what he can do.
Oh, I see. It's in the temple. Okay. That's cool. Now he's gonna use a blast to shut it, right?
In spring of 2010, M. Night Shyamalan was quoted by Entertainment Weekly by saying this was his best movie.
I mean, I could see why he would think that.
This is interesting. This is cool. I don't think he does this in the show.
You just can't really see what he's doing for obvious reasons. Like the
Yeah, but
impact.
I agree, but I like the idea that he's using the environment here. This is a little strange.
Oh, it's that ball course.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Batman trained on those.
Did Batman have a glider?
So when does his
He
CGI
does.
look bad, Everett?
What?
When does
It's
his-
when they're fighting side by side.
Okay. Well, they aren't yet.
So like right now, there's like one
I don't
really
like
bad
the angle,
CGI
but
moment.
whatever.
Well, there's that. There it is.
Ugh.
See?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
I mean,
this is so
it's not
bad.
good.
Look at his face.
They're trying to hide the CGI behind the blue spirit. That was okay.
I thought all that was fine.
I don't think it's fine. I think it's like not as bad as the earlier stuff.
How do you show airbending? Like,
No, that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the CGI on Aang as he was doing that. Like him, not the airbending.
it didn't
I actually
look
don't
bad.
mind the Blue Spirit's mask.
Well, it's pretty traditional.
I could do it without the hair, though.
I don't mind the hair.
Alright, let's do some more trivia. In the original show, on which the film is based, the Earthbender prison is on a giant metal ship at sea, so that they have no earth to bend as a weapon. In the movie, it's on the ground, which many moviegoers found to be a major story problem.
I mean, it is pretty funny. And Aang even tells them, like, you guys are standing on Earth.
Apparently, Noah Ringer, who plays Aang, submitted
Okay,
an audition tape
that
of
was a good
himself using
scene.
martial arts with a completely shaved head, with Aang's arrow painted on his forehead, and that's what got him the role.
The kid's not a great actor, but he is a good, like, martial artist. I don't know if you could have gotten someone that could have done both.
I mean, yeah, dude, he's pretty good at the bow staff.
I mean, he also kind of looks like Aang to me, too. Like, I buy it.
I'm wondering though, because there are things that he could have done to make it more accurate, but I don't know why he didn't do them. Like change
Yeah.
some subtle things about the bending, add like one or two extra characters that the show had to make the story go by a little bit better. Like Haru and his dad weren't even in that prison scene.
They can't introduce that many
I miss them
characters.
so much. Yeah.
They can't introduce that many characters. They've already introduced a lot of characters for like.
I mean, yeah, but based on where we are on the story, like, haven't seen the pirates, haven't seen
Right, but it's not a
how do you
show.
introduce that many characters. It's a 2-hour
I'm
movie.
saying like you have these people at your disposal and you can use them.
It's not a show. They
You can't
can't.
use them. Everett, imagine if they'd introduced like 12 other characters by now. We'd be saying we don't know who the fuck anyone is.
Why would you? Why is he speaking while he's blurred out? It's just so like weird. Like, isn't M. Night Shyamalan a really good director? Isn't that?
Well, he's kind of hated.
He's hated now, but he's done hits.
Yeah.
You can't see anyone talking.
Yes. What's up with Iroh trying to get Zuko like
He does that in the
girlfriend?
show.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's like
not so
Alfred trying to
much.
get Bruce Wayne to settle down. He keeps talking with his eyes closed. What is he? Oh, he's getting a massage. I was like, what is he doing?
See, I hate that ship design.
What, Jade? No. Jade was too chicken to be on the episode.
Because of her disastrous debut over 3 years ago.
I would have liked her insight though.
She doesn't want to watch it.
What the heck?
I think she's seen it though.
Okay, that's a good way to get into that.
He just threw that woman.
Did he just?
No, so what they
restrain
just
the
did is
fire?
they just combined a few episodes again. It's usually the pirates who get hired by Zuko to blow the ship, but instead Zhao was just telling his father, I think Zuko's the Blue Spirit, so Zhao set the trap himself is the implication to blow up Zuko, and Zuko saw the gas leak before it hit the fire. All right, that's fine.
Oh, here it comes.
That looks
All right.
good.
Yeah.
They could have fucked it up, but that looks good.
That's cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Isn't the waterbending based on Tai Chi?
I
Okay,
don't
yeah.
know.
This place looks. Oh, ooh, here it is. Here it is. Look at the back of her head.
Whose head?
Hers.
Are you talking about the weird hair?
Do you see?
Are
you trying to say it
making
looks like a
joke that it
penis?
looks like a penis.
That's like one of the biggest memes about this movie.
Wow, I'm glad I could join that bandwagon.
She looks alright.
Yeah,
She's
she's
what
fun.
I'd imagine Yue would look like.
Trying to find other things.
You can find stuff on Wikipedia too about the production.
The first draft of this
Interesting.
script
The way they
included,
have the bending is that the total sum of the movements creates the move, rather than the individual sums create the individual parts. I think that's why I think it looks weird.
So maybe I spoke a little too soon because the first draft, it says, was over 7 hours long because it included content from all 20 episodes of the first season. But
If it's like,
he
where's
had
the
to-
7-hour cut?
he had to cut it down.
See, that's the problem. It would have been fine if it was 7 hours.
I probably wouldn't have liked it if it was 7 hours either. As we've repeatedly said, the problem here is the writing, the acting, and
you
the
know
Zac
that's so-
Efron was going to
so-
be Sokka.
I
What were
mean,
you trying
whatever.
to say, Kia?
So, did they shoot any of that extra 7 hours?
Yeah, I think so.
You said first draft.
Yeah,
Do you
it
mean
says first draft
cut?
of the. It says the first. No, it's the first draft. His first draft of the script
So the
included all
script.
20 episodes from this first season, which added up to a runtime of over 7 hours. Paramount and Nickelodeon asked for Shyamalan to cut material to make it a more condensed feature film, which he begrudgingly agreed to do so.
Yeah, I mean, without everyone that would ever make this movie is going to be in that same position.
Yeah. Well, that's
What's
why
with the
I agree.
sideburns?
It's better with.
You know what
It's
these
better
guys look
animation.
like? They're building their armor, the way his throne room... Oh, they're based off the Mughal Empire. 100%. Look
the
at that.
Mughal?
Yeah, Mughal Empire. It was an empire in ancient India. It was
Oh.
like a very, very powerful,
Yeah,
very warlike...
yeah, it looks like Indian like design and stuff.
Yeah, an architect.
I'm okay with that.
No, I don't mind that at all. Actually, that makes me like it more because there's like a historical... Okay,
If I
Dreadnought's
remember,
looking sick.
If I remember correctly, the reason why that inspiration is there is because M. Night Shyamalan, I think, did that on purpose. He wanted to
Yes,
have like
I do believe he made
No,
that decision on purpose.
come on, that was a complete accident.
Well, I'm trying to find it if it's in here.
Kia, stop confusing the poor boy.
I think a real problem though is that there are not that many Inuit actors,
That's true.
and besides that, their culture, and feel free to hate us for what I'm about to say, but I don't think there's like a whole lot known about their culture that would really translate to a film.
I mean, we know a decent amount about their culture, but you're right. Like, there isn't a lot that we can, like, they didn't build giant temples. They weren't, like, great warriors. Like,
Yeah. They eat like polar bear meat or
what I was
seals
saying
or-
before, though, about the bending, part of the reason I think it looks weird for me, in the show, a lot of the times, it's like the individual movement corresponds with, like, the element doing something. So, like, let's say Katara does, like, a slash to her right, a slash to her left. You'll see water, like, go to her right, go to her left. But in the movie, from what I can tell at least, it does, like, you do the movement left, right, and then there's a pause, and then the element goes left, right. So it's like you're finishing something. And it,
Yeah.
what a sick Dreadnought design.
Building the elements, like actually showing how they form and all that, that is a lot harder than it seems.
I agree it's harder, but I honestly think the cannons are interesting. I honestly think that having, like, if the Firebenders produced it, I think it would be easier to show. Just like, one thing I was going to also say is it's interesting to see Ozai being more in command of his troops.
Ozai? You mean Zhao?
Yeah, because he was walking with Zhao just a couple minutes ago.
Oh. I
he
like
was
this
talking to
Ozai.
him. He's all right for the movie. I prefer the cartoon Ozai.
Well, obviously.
Oh, did they just mention his son?
Yeah, or his nephew, not his son.
No, never mind.
Son's dead, bro.
Yeah, is that what they mentioned? His dead
No,
son?
they were referencing Zuko, who's, like, everyone thinks he's dead. Remember? We've already skipped to, like, the last couple episodes of season 1 where Zuko gets blown up,
Yeah.
everyone thinks he's dead, but he's hiding on board the fleet. That's how he gets to the North Pole, remember?
Right.
Yeah.
According to M. Night Shyamalan, the mispronunciation of the names of some of the characters is due to the fact that he wished to honor the source material and use the Asian pronunciation.
Honor the source material?
That's what it says.
He's saying the source of the source. Like, he's pronouncing it like someone in India.
Whatever,
Or,
sure. Were they holding hands?
yeah.
That happened fast.
You know what might make it a better way of honoring the source material would have been to cast, like, actors who were, you know, the correct.
Jesse McCartney
I
was
never
gonna
liked
play
this about the
Zuko.
show either. Why does he fall in love with her and Suki in the same season?
I don't think he had a thing for Suki in the first season. It like evolved
Yeah, he did, bro.
in the
Yeah, he
later
did.
seasons.
It was
They
basically
kiss.
the same arc.
Well, it's interesting because the show sets it up like, Suki's gone, he's going to be with her, but then she disappears, and it's just like, then we don't just forget
Yeah.
about him till Suki shows back up.
Yeah.
Here we go. Zuko should be in armor. Nope, he's just chilling. Trivia, Ev. Trivia.
I'm reading it. There's not that many interesting ones. Like it's stuff we already know. Like Sokka's a funny character and comic relief in the show. However, arguably, no comedy comes from him in this movie. Significant criticism was aimed at this. The creators of the show were executive producers and initially supportive of the film's production. However, after the finished product, both admitted to hating the film and officially pretend that it doesn't exist.
Who both admitted that?
Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian
two, yeah.
Konzanetko, or whatever.
The thing
And
is,
who are they?
They're the creators of the original show.
if they
Okay.
can't do the Netflix version better,
Then they don't get to complain.
it's
Yeah.
going to be... And it will never compare to the cartoon. It just
Of
can't.
course not. I don't understand why they're doing that. They should have taken the money from Netflix and made a new Avatar. Like,
Yeah,
give us
new
a new
animated
Avatar,
one.
new story.
I actually suspect they might be tapped out of ideas.
Then the last thing they should do is be like, well, we'll just remake it.
So they didn't really show her being good at waterbending so far, right?
No,
Isn't she
they
kind of
would-
like bad?
Yeah, but I don't think they have time to Show her arc now.
Dude, imagine being the only waterbender in your whole tribe. She's basically a god.
Here you go, Kia. The filmmakers invoked this criticism of the race lift of various characters. Many years later, accusations came to light that Nicola Peltz was cast as a favor to her billionaire father, and Jackson Rathbone was suddenly hired to match her appearance.
That's funny.
So originally they had someone different as like Sokka, but they had to make them look the same.
Yeah. So she was forced upon him.
Yeah. Yeah,
I like
Aang
him
was
as
cast
Zuko.
based on his abilities as a fighter. I didn't originally intend to have him in it, but I called him in to see some acting auditions and screen tests, and he could, as a double, but he impressed a lot, so he was hired.
So from what I'm reading, so this was obviously billed as the first of 3 movies, and when they couldn't get a sequel, what they were planning for book 2 is they were trying to see who would play like main characters. Apparently, Chloe Grace Moretz was going to play Toph, and Mia Jovovich was going to play Ursa, Zuko's mother.
Interesting.
Or at least she was being eyed for the role.
Oh,
And I guess
Noah
that
Ringer.
small kid in the Earth Kingdom that we saw getting arrested was
this
an
is
homage
early
to
for him
Haru.
to be breaking into the water temple.
Was it an homage to
okay,
who?
see, I did
To
that.
Haru.
Look, he's producing
No.
fire.
I'm going to be honest. I don't even remember who Haru is.
He's the kid who was stuck in the Earthbending prison, and he and his dad helped with the raid on the Fire Nation in season.
Let me see
2
this. How many ships
or
are
3?
there?
That was 3.
There should be like 30, 40. Okay, so the Dragon Spirit is the stand-in for the Avatar.
It would have been. I think they should have just gone straight to Roku.
Yeah.
This poor girl can't act either.
No. Is that Zuko just on like a low roof where anyone can look up and see him? Noah Ringer was cast more for his martial arts experience. In fact, he had to take acting lessons before shooting started because he had never acted in front of a green screen before.
Interesting.
I mean, he's young, so.
Interesting. The reason
That's
the film
fine.
clocks in at 100 minutes long is that Paramount wouldn't budge on the lucrative Independence Day weekend release, even though they mandated that it be converted to 3D. There wasn't enough time to convert the original cut of the film, and they didn't want to play 2 versions of the same film.
Wow. They really fucked him.
Dave Patel
Yes, and
admitted that he regretted participating in the film, stating that his ideas were never heard by anyone and that the experience made him decide not to participate in major studio films.
Yikes. The Earth and Moon spirits look okay, I guess.
I mean, her acting aside, I don't hate her as Katara. She's not dark-skinned enough, which I don't know if that's a fair criticism.
I mean, if it's a criticism when... I mean, it's a problem when characters get changed to white in general.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem here is that it's like a rich person just saying, my daughter's an actress now, which is like dumb and one of the biggest
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah. But most people that hate this movie don't even know that, probably.
No.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a little funny that they always have to, like, carry fire with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Who's that
looked
one
bad.
guy from the X-Men movies who could do that?
Iceman?
No, not Iceman.
Fireboy?
Yeah, Fireboy. I'm trying to remember his name. He was the exact same thing. He could manipulate it, but he couldn't create it.
It looked better in X-Men, I think.
Well, it was.
I need to rewatch it. I just think the fire looked better in X-Men.
He
that
had more
produced.
power, I think. Wow, she just got her
All right,
ass handed
let's
to her.
see
So
this
she
scene.
should have a scar, shouldn't she?
In theory, yes. Is he gonna eat her?
Cooked to perfection.
He's like, the best meat is human. That's the real reason my father banished me. I wouldn't stop eating people.
This could be a cool like battle. I assume it's not going to be, but
They changed a few major things, but I guess it doesn't look terrible. Oh,
what the?
couldn't even finish my sentence with it.
What the fuck was that?
Is that Everett?
What? Am I in this movie?
All right, I dig the fire fleet. Fire fleet, attack. Okay. Yeah.
That's one episode.
Yep. But we don't see that episode until season 2.
I didn't even like that episode.
I like the
Emerson,
fun.
what was
I like
that,
the spirit.
There's that line that you wouldn't stop saying for like a year. I'm aware of the moon problem.
Yes, I am well aware of the moon problem, and I am working on a solution. I love that line.
From this movie?
It's
No,
from
from
the
the
show.
Oh, okay.
Zhao says that in this episode in the show. He goes, "Oh, I'm well aware of the moon problem, and I am working on a solution." What the?
Huh.
They're wearing drill hats? Are you kidding me? That's stupid. I don't care what you say. That's stupid.
So they're catapulting fire into the.
I mean, that
and they're
makes
wearing-
sense for.
It makes sense for them to wear drills on their head. Do they?
No,
like,
no, no.
spin
It makes
around
sense for them to
rapidly
launch
underwater?
fire into it.
This film is considered to be the final nail in the coffin for M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, he's back.
He gained neither screenwriter nor director of his next credits for his next film, Devil, and his name actually drew jeers from audiences when it appeared in trailers. His next
Devil was
directional
terrible.
effort, in which he was billed, After Earth, did not mention him in any promotional material, and also avoided showing his name until the ending credits rolled.
Yeah, After Earth was terrible too. Okay, wait.
See, this
So
is what I'm
wait.
saying. This is
How
kind of
many
like, this
hits
is
do you
like-
expect them to have?
It's not
Did
a matter
we
of
say?
hits. It's just like a lot of his stuff isn't great. I mean, Christopher Nolan, everything he does is gold, it seems.
Did we say earlier
Yeah,
that the Fire
but
Nation was based on
it's different
Japanese culture?
No, they're in the show, yes. In the movie, they're based off the Mughal Indian culture.
I think we got that wrong because it says they're based on Chinese culture
In
Okay,
the movie
well,
or in the show?
in the show. Because they're talking about. I'm reading a thing where they're talking about the
100% Japan,
differences.
dude.
It says
from
Aang
an
is based on the
island chain.
Buddhist. Katara and Sokka are Eskimos. Fire Nation is Chinese.
And what is the Earth Kingdom?
It doesn't say the Earth Kingdom.
The Earth Kingdom is Chinese. They live in a giant walled city with the Forbidden Palace. They have an emperor. That is China 100%.
Okay.
Fire
you
Lord-
you know more about that shit than I do, so I'll take
I
your word for it.
guarantee you they're based off the Japanese. They have a large fleet. They're trying to take over the world. They're from an island chain.
Go, do this now.
Does that thing have wings?
Yeah, it's a
Like-
dragon.
No, I mean like feathery wings. Or did I see that wrong?
In an interview with Nickelodeon Press, the showrunners declared the Fire Nation is heavily inspired by Imperial Japan, with both World War II Imperial Japan and Imperial Japan of the early 1400s.
Okay, so then my mistake. He's
He
like
wasn't as
hobbling
fast
around.
as he needed to be. Are those Komodo dragons?
So it appears.
It's kind of
Did
cool.
Did they have those lizard things in the show? Because I remember they had something like that. Like
I don't think
Azula
so.
rode on them.
Yeah, they had them in the show.
Oh.
They used them during this battle.
Oh, okay. Maybe I need to rewatch Avatar, I guess.
I just rewatched a lot of it. But they use them. They have catapults on each side that firing projectiles.
All right. So they're going to kill the moon spirit.
This is the Tom and Jerry routine.
What are you saying, Ev?
It's you'll see.
Originally, Jessica Andrews was cast to play Suki.
Oh. This doesn't need to be in the movie.
Yeah, this is just strange. A significant number of deleted scenes, notably the entire subplot with Suki and the Kyoshi warriors, were part of the film, which were later cut.
Yeah, so he was going to have two love interests in the same movie?
One particular scene Solomon regretted cutting was a scene having Aang enjoy himself dancing with villagers after rooting out the Fire Nation.
I mean, that's fine. This
So what do
isn't
you
bad
think of,
either from either of them. He's doing jujitsu. Oh, that's cool. Is she talking to herself?
Yes.
You know what I really like though,
So far this battle has been kind of lackluster. Sorry, Everett. Go ahead.
I know they can't include it because of the runtime, but one of my favorite things about the Fire Nation arc, not the Fire Nation arc, the water stuff arc in book 1, was that Paku was like a sexist, and Katara had to like prove herself to earn to learn to be a bender. And I felt like that made her character a little bit more like powerful.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna be real. This whole siege scene so far has been very lackluster. I don't know how you guys feel, but it just feels like
There was only like
What?
one tracking shot. That was it.
Why couldn't they just make the Dragon Spirit Roku? That would have been...
The Last Airbender is considered to be a genre killer, as its 11th hour 3D conversion and the special Razzie it won put a serious dent in the viability of 3D movies.
Good. So it wasn't for nothing then.
There's a tracking shot. Eh.
been more close-ups.
Director M. Night Shyamalan has claimed on several occasions that the film was better received in Europe and has gone on to claim that American critics don't get his European sensibilities. There is, however, very little evidence that this is true, and Shyamalan has only ever offered personal anecdotes to support these claims.
Are you saying Shalaman?
Shyamalan, Everett.
I thought you said Shalaman.
Well, I'll let you keep believing that.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah, geez, that doesn't look better from the front.
Who is that?
He has a scroll. He's gonna go find the moon spirit.
Who was that with the scroll?
Zhao.
Oh.
Most performers with major roles in this film saw this happen to them only once. A few, with Ringer especially, only appearing in one other box office bomb genre killer, Cowboys and Aliens.
Ooh.
He hasn't reappeared on the big screen since. However, Dave Patel, Shaun Taub, Cliff Curtis, and Seychelle Gabriel escaped this.
Who's Seychelle Gabriel?
Yue.
What did she show up in? Because she's terrible.
Let's find out. The Legend of Korra. She's in a bunch of small budget stuff. Slight, Honey 2, Bloodfest, Falling Skies.
Yeah.
The Legend of Korra. She's going to be in that new movie with, what's his name? Chris Pratt, The Tomorrow War.
What's that?
That's the movie about soldiers who have to be brought back to life to fight a war in the future.
Oh, interesting. Is there a trailer for that?
Not yet. We've talked about it a little bit before on the podcast, just rumors about it.
Is it based on something?
I don't know.
Is he gonna stab that thing?
Is he gonna vomit?
What the?
Wait, so the moon spirit is in a fish?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like the show.
They retired to the mortal world from the spirit world at some point.
This is almost shot for shot like the show right now.
But I'm confused. Like,
Oh yeah, 100.
is it
Ooh.
Yahweh or whatever? What's her name?
Yue?
Yue becomes the moon spirit. She's not
After the
yet.
fish dies?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because the fish died?
because the fish dies.
What the fuck?
Dude, that's a
Come
bad
on.
shot.
Go ham on him.
Wait, what? I thought this was like a flashback or something.
No, this is live.
That was a weird way to do that.
Wow.
So I guess that's where the thing I read earlier comes from. The only like high status firebenders can make fire.
I
out of
mean, I
nothing.
bet you this was too expensive to do for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and make it look good.
Think about it.
They
Every time
just ran
someone's
away.
every time someone's doing like a fire thing, they're gonna have to do that. I don't see that happening. Now you probably could. Even on Netflix. I wonder what they would have called the second movie.
Book 2 Earth.
Jesse McCartney was originally cast as Zuko, but
Yeah,
Paramount realized that their cast was all white, and they could not get rid of Peltz and Rathborn with her. So McCartney voluntarily stepped down and was replaced by Dave Patel.
Who's Jesse McCartney?
Didn't I read that earlier?
Wait, this change had the unfortunate side effect of necessitating the recasting of all Fire Nation characters with South Asian actors.
I mean, it's stupid that they didn't even think of that from the beginning.
Well, no, but the issue there is, like, imagine, like, shit, we're recasting everyone now. Because
Well, it's really just Zhao and the Fire Lord, right?
the soldiers...
Well, they're just extras.
The budget was also very sloppily allocated. The opening scenes at the South Pole were shot on location in Greenland at great expense. But after the producers decided they couldn't believably render the scenes of elemental manipulation,
That's funny.
they gave a large fraction of the budget to Industrial Light and Magic for post-production.
And they used green screen anyway on this
Yeah.
water.
The
scenes.
Fire Nation Palace was a Philadelphia high school. The Earth Kingdom was the area in and around Reading. The North Pole scenes were shot in an old aircraft hangar and green screened.
I don't blame him for that.
Post-production was reportedly similarly rushed and left in the hands of staff members who did not have the experience nor knowledge, leading to such scenes as the widely derided Pebble Dance.
Yeah, the Pebble Dance.
I mean, I don't mind this storyline, this romantic subplot. It's just like there was no setup at all.
30 filmed and rendered CGI scenes were cut. 30 minutes of film with full CGI was cut.
Wow.
Shyamalan eventually came to regret his involvement after DiMartino and Konzatico, the two executive producers, publicly disowned the film.
Isn't this technically suicide right here?
No, it's fish love.
Sacrifice. So I don't understand. She gave her spirit to the fish.
Okay, so in the show it's explained more likely. The moon spirit saves her when she's a baby because she's gonna die, and the moon spirit gives her life, so now she gives the life back.
And what are the fish like? How do they factor into it?
The fish are the bodies for the spirits of the earth and moon, or the moon and sea.
So she's gonna become a fish?
No, she dies and the fish lives.
Her spirit
okay.
gives the spirit back its life.
Okay.
She's gonna become a fish.
Oh, it's just
Are they gonna eat her then?
Before things turned sour, Shyamalan planned to counter the race-bending complaints in the sequel by casting an Asian actress as Toph.
Isn't that what they should have done?
Early
Like, why would
promotional
that be-
images showed Fire Lord Ozai with long hair and goatee as he had in the cartoon.
That would have been cool.
Have we seen Zhao
Avatar.
firebend once in this movie?
He's about to. It's so funny that they couldn't get rid of Katara's actress. And everything was based on that.
Okay, I guess we did see him firebend at least once.
When describing why the Earthbenders didn't escape from the quarry, Shyamalan responded that they were too dispirited to do so.
I mean, that was clear to me, but it's like... It doesn't work. Because,
Well,
like,
'cause the
as soon
problem
as they
is
got there...
In the show, it works because they're on a they're on a metal platform in the ocean. They can't leave. Like, it doesn't even matter if they wanted to.
Right, but let's just say they were so, like, depleted.
Oh,
But
wait
the
a
first
minute.
day they got there, they would have been like, everything is a weapon.
So this is one of the major differences right here, I think, from the show.
Yeah, instead of Aang killing, or Aang, my bad. Instead of Aang killing Zhao, these guys kill him.
Wait,
He
they
doesn't even
killed
actually
Zhao?
kill him, you know. He banishes him to the spirit realm.
I don't
I mean-
even remember.
It doesn't get expanded on, does it?
Yeah, it does. And in Korra, it does.
He's in there, yeah.
Okay, well then he's dead until Korra.
No, he's in the spirit world. He's just in there.
He's like the
Roaming the
His
fog.
death.
cursed to like wander for eternity. In this, I think they just straight up kill him.
Yeah, this is not a fight. They just they just straight up murdered this guy. Oh shit!
Wow. No words needed. Just no moon
didn't
spirit,
even
just
light up.
murder.
Oh, okay, there's some bad CGI. You could do that a lot better today and a lot easier.
Jackson Rathbone won his second Razzie from from the last Airbender movie. His first from Twilight.
Damn, that's rough for a young actor.
Did he just impale that dude?
No, he blocked him. It didn't really show how we like figured out waterbending, did it?
No.
Nope, they didn't show him get taught or anything.
Wow, that CGI is really not great on like the background. Looks plasticky. I wish the ships were launching more cannons.
Yeah.
Oh, well, apparently the guy talking is Paku.
The video game adaptation of the movie contains movie concept art, which is much more accurate towards the cartoon when it was originally drawn. Interesting.
I like this. Why doesn't
How come
the Gyatso guy, why doesn't he have the tattoos? Oh, he does. But he didn't have them before, did he?
I don't remember.
Maybe he did. You just couldn't see him because he's black.
How come the women are allowed to have hair? I thought all the monks had to have their head shaved.
The women in some of the women in The Last Airbender have hair. They just have their heads shaved back a little bit.
That was kind of an awkward way for him to run away.
I remember Yang Chen had hair.
Did you guys just see that?
Yeah, it was bad.
He's literally
but
like anointed and then just fucking books it.
I've already
So, yeah.
determined that this movie is not good.
So he doesn't even merge with the moon spirit.
That's
Which-
fine.
They didn't have the
We
they didn't have the
don't need to do
CGI
that.
budget.
I
for
know,
it.
but
Yeah, it would have been a cooler
it's-
finale if he became the giant monster and like physically
No.
was sweeping the entire army out. Oh no, that's a cool scene in the
that's like a
cartoon.
major part of his
No.
like character
Cool scene.
development.
Anytime they get giant, it's like, okay, you're out of ideas.
He doesn't get giant. He's still his normal size, but he's in like an avatar.
He's
for
merged
lack
with
of a better
the
word.
with the
Yeah,
spirit,
even in Korra,
He's in an
when they
avatar
did
made
it.
of water. He
and it
basically
like shows
creates a
him that
giant
the avatar
catfish.
state is dangerous.
Yeah, and all the waterbenders are bowing down.
This is fine.
I think it would have been a cooler if he became the monster and was over the city.
I don't think that looks good in live action. A giant water kid.
He's not a kid. He's essentially a catfish.
Aren't
Because
they,
it's
like,
not
also
his
gonna
body.
get hit?
He's at the heart. He's at the heart of the beast, but he's not. It has a face. It's the face of the moon spirit.
They can't leave.
Yeah, they definitely missed the arc where he like figures out waterbending. It's like he couldn't do it at all, even when he was fighting Zuko, and now he's like amazing. He should destroy it. Drop the mic.
This scene's going on too long.
Yeah, he needs to drop it. Okay, we get it. They're like, what's going on?
They've actually reused the theme a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't even think he drops it. I think they just leave.
God damn it.
Yep. He doesn't even
This is
drop
why
it.
they should have done the other way. Because in the
I
other
like
way,
the tidal
he
wave.
destroys everything.
I like the tidal wave.
Well, he should have
mean,
at least killed a couple of the ships.
I might have agreed with you if the tidal wave actually hit them.
There's no way they had the money for that. That's what happened. They're like, so can we have them like smash all the ships with the water? And they're like, no.
It's a little weird though. With all the love that Avatar had, why didn't they have a
Firebenders
bigger
are like-
budget
They had a pretty 150 million is not chump change.
compared to now?
This is a lot of
This
stuff.
is 2010.
man.
It's 2010. This is a movie that like isn't proved. Like they don't know
It's an
it's gonna
expensive
work.
movie. It's an expensive
Yeah.
movie. And it
They
sounds like
already-
they didn't do it right anyway.
Yeah, they were like fucking up at every stage. I like how the firebending fleet was just like, oh, he dropped the wave. We better keep leaving. It's like, why don't you just come back?
Well,
Okay.
it would have made sense for him to like destroy the fleet, and they.
I'm
would've
like
been
comparing
"Whoa."
this to other
what?
movies that came out in 2010. So Iron Man 2 came out 2010, had a budget of 200 million.
Okay.
That's more
Deathly
successful.
Hallows
It's based off
part-
of a movie.
Deathly Hallows
And
Part 1 came
find
out.
a movie that's not part of an established series.
But also remember, the elements are the really, really hard part.
But aside from the elements before that, find a movie that has a budget that's equal to this. That's like an original movie. That and even though this isn't original, this essentially it's not part of an established series.
What
'Cause you
movie
can
From what-
spend
okay,
more.
I
even
think
has
you're
this
right.
much CGI?
I mean, Deathly Hallows, like you said, has a ton of CGI anytime they're fighting, but it's part of an
Yeah, but it's-
established series. They
It's
can
also
make that
fake
money.
elements. Like the stuff
Tron
that they're using is
came
not
out?
real.
That had a
Tron
lot of
was a
CGI.
disaster.
It was 170 million. Okay, from what I'm reading,
That was just lights.
I think you're completely right that it's a high budget. Predators came out 2010, had a budget of 40 million. Scott Pilgrim,
Predators had better CGI than this.
Scott Pilgrim had a budget of 85 million.
What's he about to do?
Deathly Hallows had 250 million.
What is he doing? What is going on? Can anyone explain?
That's the drop the mic moment right there.
I don't know.
Is this Azula?
Yep. Wait, whoa.
3 years?
3 years? Wasn't it like 8 months?
Everett, it's a movie.
It was a year, yeah. Unspeakably. I don't know. I don't know about her. I feel like she's trying, you know.
All right.
Let's
Well,
watch.
The Last Kingdom.
No, I want to see this. These after credits are not bad.
This looks like a video game outro.
I mean, it
Or
is.
intro.
Look, fire is super hard to do. And then there's
Okay.
water, and then there's earth.
One thing I'd like to look at again, though, is the scene in X-Men 2. The guy who like basically throws fire. I'd like to see that.
I don't
I
remember.
want to call
that.
him Hotspot, but I know that's not.
He ends up betraying them, Kia. He's an X2.
X-Men
He's like
3.
opposite. Okay, now it's like
Oh,
forcing me to watch The
Iceman's
Last
like
Kingdom.
rival.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's opposite Iceman. Iceman.
What's
Damn,
his name?
I just. You know what? This movie may have only
Pyro,
made 300
that was his
something
name.
million, but it now made $3 more thanks to my YouTube purchase.
All right, Pyro.
Yeah, Pyro.
Battle Los Angeles is on Netflix now.
I don't think I saw. I think I saw Sokka throw his boomerang one time, and it was in that Earth Kingdom battle.
Pyro gets hot. Let's watch this clip.
Okay, let me look this up because I kind of want to watch it with you.
Just go to like 40 seconds.
Okay,
Pyro
which one
gets
is it?
hot.
3, 5?
It doesn't look. It's debatable which is better, but neither one look good to me.
Let me get to 40. Okay, come on, let me see.
This is 2003, but I'd put this on par, at least a little bit.
I would put it on par, but that makes sense because fire is hard to do.
Yeah, it doesn't look as good as I remember it being.
This is X2. I was thinking.
Yeah,
of
but
a shit
yeah,
from
this is
X3.
7 years earlier. I'm trying to think if there's something more modern that has like fire.
But they did
energy
they did a
style.
good job of like showing him generate the fire. Like,
There's X-Men 3 where he
they
did
should
it.
have
I'm
tried to
gonna-
emulate that.
When's X-Men 3 made though, Everett?
I'm trying to find it. 2006.
Okay, so not new enough. I want to see like what it would look like. Is there any movie made in the last couple of years?
That has people flinging fire.
You can look if you look up X-Men Last Stand. It's the movie called One of Them, where it's Iceman and Pyro fight.
You
That
just need
shows.
fire.
That's his fire stuff.
Because it's the same effect, even if it's like from a flamethrower.
But what I'm saying is, like,
I'm
they
trying to
could have
think, is
used
the-
this type of fire bending
And
almost.
I like that type of fire more than the bending they do in there. But what I'm saying is like I'd like to see something in the last 2 or 3 years, a live action where someone's using fire because CGI has improved so much. So like
I mean, you could look up a tutorial from 3 years ago about a burning house. It already looks better, if you ask me. I don't see. For
We'd have to
Honor,
find a
Marching
movie.
Fire expansion trailer.
no, that's a DLC for Honor. Ignore that.
Well, anyway, what are your guys' ratings?
So I have to give it a loss. I know that you're gonna say no. You guys are letting your like opinion of the show get in the way, and I acknowledge that 100%. However, I think that like based off the trivia we were reading, this movie was just like disastrous in terms of like the planning and the like coordination size, and I also think that you can't transfer this type of show with the martial arts, with the bending, into live action, especially not into a 2-hour live action movie or an hour and 40-minute live action movie. So it's a loss for me.
Everett?
I'm trying to decide because based on our rating system, a draw would mean I don't personally like it, but I recognize that other people do. And I did see some level of skill in this movie. Like there was some good martial arts. Like it had some good shots, I guess, but for the most part, most of it was just a complete disaster. So honestly, like I'd either give this like
Wait, no, Everett, I'm gonna cut you off before you do something bad. Give it 1 rating.
I have to give it a loss. None of the shit that they did right justifies any of the shit they did wrong.
I give it a draw. I think some people that don't know this movie would probably be happy with it. Like, don't know the property. If you're a fan of the property, it's also like... It's hard for me to hate the film when I'm literally like, it's impossible to do it better than the cartoon. It's also impossible to fit 20 episodes into a 2-hour movie. So, like, acting aside, all that aside, they could have done better on those things. But overall, like, the movie was never going to work. So
I agree, but I think you can judge people for that. You can say, like, why'd you make it?
Well, that's the thing. If you don't know what it's based on, and you're literally just watching, like, all right, maybe they jumped around a little too often, but it seems like a very obvious coming-of-age story for like, middle school kids. And if their parents take them to it, their parents are not going to walk and be like, God damn it, did you see Katara's acting? Like,
I wish we could find someone who's never seen the cartoon and show them this movie, because I feel like there's enough awkward and weird stuff going on. In some cases, a lot of the context we gain without them having to say anything is because we know what's happening. I bet there'd be a lot of people who are like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, it's
the moon spirit shit, it's weird even in the show.
See, I think I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, but I also think a lot of people who don't know anything about it might be turned off because, one, they don't have any connection to it, and because so many of the mechanical aspects there, like the acting and the writing and some of the shot design, is bad. Like, I don't know if, like, a random person who's never seen the show will see Paku, like, going, whoo, and, like, all of them are, like, smashing their spears.
Right, but most people won't care. Like, not most people that are fans, but, like, the average moviegoer will be
the
like...
one that takes out their phone halfway through?
Yeah, they're not going to pick up on any of that stuff. So, that's why I give it a draw. Somebody likes it out there. Somebody's like, I wish they would make another one. And probably the next one would be better. So this is the anniversary. This is our 3-year anniversary.
Really?
Hey!
Yeah, because our first episode was Logan, and it came out May 3rd, 2017.
Nice.
Sweet.
So we are beginning season 4.
Oh yeah.
And I just looked up. I got a YouTube notification. Someone commented, "We have the worst intro ever."
Really?
I mean, I don't know. It's not that great, is it? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if it's the worst intro ever. What would they prefer?
I don't know. I don't even know what I'd prefer, but we still get a ton of comments on the what's the zombie movie? No,
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead, because people think that it's the movie because the episode's like roughly around the same length, and people keep clicking on it, and they like I gotta let me see if I could find what this comment said. This is basically like the sum of everything that's been happening, all the notifications I get. Let me see. Come on. This video is fuck. 4 exclamation points. Fuck you. Those are the comments I get.
Well, it's nice. The top comment is watching while quarantined due to coronavirus.
Yeah.
Although above that is a spam link. Collection of full movie about epidemic virus. Fast and Furious 54 movie.
That episode will not quit. 49,000 views. Almost 50.
Holy crap.
If you want to give the review or explain the movie, 30 minutes is enough. Don't put movie length review. Like, it's not even that. We have like news and stuff.
Who cares? A lot of these guys are like they're speaking in other languages. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
there's someone who said clickbait 4 months ago.
They thought it was the movie.
I agree. It's like
this guy talks too much. Like, you're listening to a podcast.
I don't know. There's enough people there like pretty good. I can dig a nice commentary or radio talk show, including those on TV, like The Tonight Show starring Jimmy. Like, I don't know. Seems like a lot of people are like, all right, cool.
No,
whatever.
for sure. Like, we're looking at 30 comments, like the majority are negative. There's 50,000 views on this thing.
I mean, there are 326 dislikes.
Still, 50,000.
But 87 upvotes.
326. Yeah, it's fine. So 87 were positive, people that liked the episode. 326 did not like it, and everyone else thought it was the movie and then just left.
They just watched it. 50K
49,000.
views.
49,800 people just thought it was.
Jesus.
The reason I don't edit the episodes is because in my mind, like, because I listen to a lot of podcasts too, I could just pause it. I could just fast forward if I want.
Yeah.
And like that's why I put the timestamp. So like I don't really care to be like, oh God, we're at an hour. We better cut it off. Like, why? We'll just finish what we're talking about.
Going over to Red Sea with a paltry 12,000. We've kept our ratio though: 34 likes, 56 dislikes.
Yeah, that's because we offended the Jewish community.
The 2 comments. First comment: I would have liked to see you focus on the goodness of the whole story and not on the negative. People will appreciate it more. What's wrong with our society? Why not see good? The reply: 2 good things about this movie were that it eventually ended and better content exists.
That was someone else that wrote that?
Yeah, someone else said
funny.
that.
That's funny. See, there's people like us out there. So for next week, so we're officially in season 4 now.
Yeah, boy, season 4. This is the one where we fight each other.
Right. Next week, do you guys want to watch Extraction?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of buzz about it. Like
Remind
a
me
lot
what
of buzz.
that one is?
It's the Chris Hemsworth.
Chris
Russo
Hemsworth
brothers.
military movie, Netflix.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Let's do
it's
it.
popular, I think, because of the quarantine, and that's
Yes, I
that's
think so
mainly
as
the
well.
buzz. Is that
But
a
I've
lot
heard
of people?
it has good camera work. Like it has some really cool scenes where like the camera's with the like fight or the chase.
Yeah, so we'll check that out. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.
See ya.
All right, see it.
Thank you for listening to the Iron Coop Fights Movies. If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, review our podcast on iTunes so that we can spread the show around. To contact the show, you can reach us at theironcoob@gmail.com and on Instagram at theironcoob. Join us for another edition of the Iron Coop Fights Movies.